Okay, this is my new wall of amps here. Um, I got a bunch of storage racks and said I want to be able to play all of my amps all the time. So it's a whole. You can't really see them all, but wall of amps. It's pretty fun. I'm pretty excited about it. Gonna be looking. All my videos have been through like the twin reverb and the Marshalls, so now I can switch it up a little. But today is about a Gibson slash Les Paul Standard. So this here is a 2020, but it actually was only just purchased. Um, okay. The guy bought it just last month, and then he bought a custom shop, and he needed to sell fast to pay for one for the other. I know the guy. We've done a bunch of deals together, and I know this guitar because when it came out in 2020 and came to my local music store, I picked it up a time or two, but I just wasn't in the market at the time for one of these. And to be honest, I thought it had sold because I haven't had a chance really to get to my local music store that much because I've been working so much. But he only just purchased this, so this is not brand new because of course now it's changed hands twice. But for anyone who may consider purchasing this, if I sell it, I am going to post this video and post this listing on Reverb, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure I want to sell it. I do like this top a lot. I really do like this color. And some other people have complained that they wish this was a black border. This is something you have to see in person, but it is not. It is a dark cherry. Almost like, have you ever had tart cherry juice in a jar? It's dark like that. So, but it is not black. So, this just came, this just came to me, and again, I know right where it came from and who it came from. And has the original case and case candy, except for some reason he took the Gibson multi-tool, no problem. They're easy to buy online. He took the slash picks. I don't understand why if you weren't going to keep the guitar, and the polishing cloth. But it has all the warranty, baby photo, strap lock, strap, manual, the owner's manual, pick guard, still in the bag, case keys. I said the strap locks and the strap, and the Gibson checklist and the baby photo, everything else is all included. And of course, I mean, the case is in brand new condition as well. And I do like the case. It's a little bit different from actually my. I can't show you my other cases because that's what's holding up my phone. This is my new phone spot. Um, but I do like these latches a lot. They're like if you've had any of the newer Epiphone cases, they are like that, except not as cheap feeling. These are definitely much more solid. They're wider. They've got a really good solid hook to them. I like the latches. Otherwise, the case is the same as pretty much all the other ones. And of course it has the blank truss rod cover. That's a big thing. Because again, I really do agree with a lot of what other people said. I really do like the fact that yes, it's a slash signature, but at the same time, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be that. Of course, you have his Scully on the back. But I do like that you can just make it a blank truss rod. Another thing I want to point out now, I'm hoping if you're buying one of these that you've done a ton of research as I start explaining the things that I've seen people talk about. Yes, the neck is in between a 60s and a 50s. How in between is so hard to explain. But I just pulled out a Gibson Les Paul 60s, and yes, that neck's thinner. And I just pulled out a different Les Paul I have with a 50s profile neck, and yes, that's fatter. So there's really no other way to explain it. It's definitely chunky. It's definitely got a decent amount of meat on it. It's about the same as my 335. But no, it is not thin, and no, it is not fat. So that there's no other way to really say it. I personally like this color very, very, very much, and this is really going to come down to what me and my wife talk about tomorrow, to be honest. I'm making the video anyway because I do want to review this guitar, and if I put it up on my reverb, fine. If I don't, I don't. But it is, it is new. It is really, really, really new. It's so new that, I mean, I can't believe the music store doesn't oil the fretboards. Hey, Gibson, I love you so much, but man, when you oil these rosewood fretboards, see, this is really, it's not going to come out, but it's really light. And the only reason I'm not going to give this new strings is because it has new strings. The whole thing is new. What is that? The Darios? No, I think it still has the. I think they put a fresh set of Gibson strings on because, again, the guitar was on the wall behind the counter for the last almost 3 years, 2.5 years for sure. So because, again, I remember when it came out and when it got there. But yeah, I really like the color. Neck profiles for me doesn't matter. If I love the guitar the way it feels, if I love the way it sounds, if I love the way it looks, I'll get used to the neck. I'm always a sucker for these old school these old school Kluson tuners with this like bone finish, whatever it's always been called my whole life. I'm a huge fan of them versus Grover kidneys or whatever they are. Now, there's anything wrong with that tuner. I just, on a Gibson, that's what I want. So I do love them very much. I'm personally still adjusting to how I personally feel about the pickups. They are great. They are really great, and they are definitely a higher output. They're definitely a higher output. Somebody was saying that it's almost like they kind of drive the amp a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, they really do. Like, I mean, I was pretty surprised. And also they have a great clean. So let's go through a couple of sounds. I'm on the Mesa. I believe I'm on the clean right now. So very, very in your face, very bold, very bright. Do I know any Guns N' Roses songs? That's my pathetic attempt. Middle position. This might be coming up just a little bit quiet because I have noticed with my Mesa, especially with most Mesas, they're very dynamic at low volumes. So right now this is coming out a little thin. You know what? I'm going to turn it up just a tad more. And of course the neck. My favorite neck pickup riff. So I have noticed, for me, exactly with the neck pickup, is that it's just a bit. I just went through this with my Gibson Les Paul Dark Knight, and my wife explained it to me so well. It's I like a good thick bottom end on my neck pickups, and it is there, but this has more clarity. This has much more clarity than my Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s neck pickup, and even my 335 neck pickup. It's not as bottom heavy, but it's definitely it's very clear, just like the bare knuckle silos in my Dark Knight. So it's a nice balance between the two. It's a very nice balance between the two. Now, of course, what we all want to hear. Let me see here. It's very. I mean, it's much more than. It has a lot more drive in this pickup, coming out of this pickup, than my Les Paul Standard 60s bridge pickup. A lot more. I messed that up. Well, plenty of gain, plenty of gain. Through the Mesa, especially, it really punches. I did notice through the Marshall specifically, it punches just as much, but that's where I noticed the difference between the Les Paul Standard 60s versus this and that bridge pickup, because it's really this is super high gain on the Mesa right now, and I have it totally cranked. And if you've had one before, then you know. I'm not even on the modern; I'm on the vintage gain. So it's really, I love having something that will let me play easier and let my leads come in easier, and with a super thick distortion that you can just roll back. I mean, let's bring it. Yeah, let's try that a little. So let's say I want to play something. I rolled down to half. Let's try something a little more. Down to 3. The action is really so low on this that I'm having a little bit of trouble with it, and I like low action, so just it is. My God, is it low? But yeah, I think you get that. It's still really gaining. Man, I've got it on 3. So hot pickups. Go back up to 6. That's probably not gonna. I hope that comes through on the video, but that's kind of where the standard 60 side bridge pickup is. it's a little like it's not as forgiving. Where if I, one of my trick is. No, I threw the pick. That's gonna be the end of that playing demo. So, boy, to mean machine. So, if you're, if you're really if you want one of these, see, I'm not a big signature fan. As my wife laughed in my face when she said, "Isn't a Les Paul signature?" Yeah, right. Yeah, think about that one, everybody. It's man, that bridge pickup is in your face. It's mean. Not this is just not this does not have a ton of bottom end. I just want people. Well, it will, of course, with my amps up higher and everything like that. I'm just saying it's not. It doesn't have a ton of bottom end on either of these pickups that I've noticed right away, and I like that. I really like that because it means it's not trying to be vintage. It's trying to be modern. I think you can get some vintage tones out of this by playing around with it, especially with the volume knobs. But yeah, it's meant to be modern. It's meant to, it's Slash. Slash is an absolute beast on the guitar. So that's what this is supposed to be. And I think they really nailed it. I really think Gibson and Slash just nailed this. Like, I'm sorry, I should have learned a couple of Slash riffs before I started this, just so we could hear it. But again, I wanted you to know that it can be your own. It is your own. You change that out and you're good to go. So I like it very much. I think it's definitely, of course, easily as good as every other Gibson standard. Some people don't consider these tuners an upgrade versus the standard Grovers that are on there. I do. Some people don't consider the pickups an upgrade. I do. I've had a Les Paul Standard 50s and a Les Paul Standard 60s and a couple other Les Paul Standards over the years, and these pickups are in their own right definitely meant to be in this line. They really, really surprised me. They really did. Boy, they're almost a tad. I should get. This guitar is right next to me. Let's have some fun for 2 seconds before I kill the video. So I'm gonna give a spoiler because I haven't done a review on this one yet. This is in my personal collection. This is the SG Raven, Gibson SG Raven, that has those super hot pickups in it. The Gibson ceramic pickups. So. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably not in tune, but we're here to just rip it for a second. So, I'm curious. This is almost, those pickups remind me of how hot these pickups kind of are. So, I'm very... Almost. Almost. These pickups are a little bit hotter. Yeah. Boy. See, if you're looking for a Les Paul that's gonna scream, this is definitely it. It's definitely it. Oh, I'm so undecided. I'm still gonna post this video on Reverb for anyone who's interested in it. I found one incredibly tiny, very tiny little ding in the lacquer, and a couple of pick swirls from it being played a few times. But otherwise, I personally can't find a mark on it. I would consider this. I would consider this brand new, but everybody's different because I don't know if you've ever went to any, how many of us go to a music store and take a guitar off the wall anymore, but they've been played a few times. So those brand new guitars on the walls have been played a few times. So unless you're gonna buy it brand new from the factory or from the dealer and it hasn't ever been played, you're going to get just a tad bit of little tiny things. But I would consider this almost brand new. So we'll go with excellent to mint. Very, very cool. Unbelievable condition. Case is in unbelievable condition. Just making sure I don't see any other, and I'm not seeing really too many. Everybody always points out the Gibson flaws and their quality control. I personally don't have that problem with my Gibsons. I think their quality control is quite good. So, let you know I might keep it, I might not, but this video is on my YouTube and it will be on Reverb with this posting as I personally decide if I'm going to sell it or not. So we'll see what happens. But again, thanks everybody. It's been some great comments, especially I got a comment from someone from Toman Music. That was just awesome to get, and that was really cool. Saying that they're gonna buy a Sire guitar. He goes, even though my uncle owns Harley Benton. I said, send me some Harley Bentons. I'll, unless you send me a dog, I'm gonna give you lots of praises because I love Harley Bentons. They are fantastic guitars. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody.